All right, so you guys wake up the next morning and you see most of the people have set about tasks around the camp, and it looks like Alexi has gathered up a good group of people and they were heading out like while you guys were getting up still. So you saw them very briefly and could see them kind of trailing off into the woods in the kind of opposite direction that Madame Rava mentioned to you guys last night. So with kind of a cursory look around, you can see Rava kind of on the northwest side of the camp, and it looks like she's just talking to a few people over there. So whenever you guys are ready, you can head on over.
Okay.
We never go over there. We just hold hands.
I know, I was like, she looks busy, and also I don't really want to talk to her. No. But yeah, if she doesn't look too engrossed in what she's doing, yeah, just head on over. Good morning, Madame Rava.
And she, gives you the once over there. Good morning. Are you ready to start your journey?
Are you ready to tell us where we're going?
The town you will be looking for is called Arcadia. As I said, It is on the other side of the Black Forest. The Black Forest runs through much of the DreamScape. Even we Awakened try to avoid it because of its many perils. But there is many strange things that happen within the Black Forest. The most strange is that it connects places and dreams that seem not to exist in the same reality. You may find yourself in an ancient city that seems like it should have long been decayed and destroyed. Or you may find yourself in a town that is far beyond that which you can imagine. To us, you could be gone like before for a week, or you could return within an hour, having spent a month abroad. It is just one of the perils of navigating the Black Forest. I have had some of my men help me draw this, and she kind of hands you a little map. And it's very crude. Looks like they just kind of did it, by hand.
Just scribbling I think this turn was here. I don't know.
You could sort of
there was
looks
a tree.
Like this. Yeah. You look for where that big tree used to be, and then make a left there.
Yeah.
I don't know
what big tree? There's 9 of those.
The really big tree. The one, very tree.
That one that Alexi broke his arm in? You're like, how do I know which one that is?
I don't know about that.
I don't have any context.
Alexi should have come with us.
What if the tree's gone by the time? What if a small tree becomes a big tree? What then?
So she says, one thing you must remember is that the Black Forest leads somewhere. If you stay for too long, it will consume you, but keep pressing forward. You will eventually end up somewhere. That is better than being stuck forever. Now,
harrowing.
The last thing.
Any other precaution we need to take?
The last thing is that I know my grandmother. She was a powerful soothsayer. And she will probably divine who you are. And may even know that you are coming. But just to be on the safe side, I want her to know that I have sent you. And she reaches up and pulls off her red cloak. And she walks over to Nyx and is like, I know that what happened last night is probably weighing on you. But I want you to know that we have faith in you. And I trust you. And she hands it to you.
So Nyx takes it and doesn't say anything.
I was waiting for you to
nothing to
Hulk
say.
Hogan rip it in half.
I know, it was frozen on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. So she'll just put it in her pack.
Okay. All right. And she kind of gestures the way down the trail behind her and is like, one of the camp guys comes up and he's like, we took the liberty of packing you some supplies, some wine and water and some food. It should be enough for a few days' journey, and we hope that is all it will take you.
We're most gracious for your help. Thank you.
Of course.
And we'll accept the pack.
All right. We wish you luck.
Well, hopefully we won't need it. See you soon, I hope.
All right. So as you guys start heading down the way there, the sounds of the hustle and bustle of the camp are left behind you. And you guys start making your way instead towards this deep, dark part of the forest that seems quite a bit spookier than any other part you've been in so far. And as you're kind of making one turn after the other, you guys notice, like, man, this is like a really kind of spooky ass forest. Does music seem loud to you guys?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
I might crank it down just a pinch because it's like super loud to me, and I'm like, holy cow. Okay, I think that's better there.
Yeah, that's better.
All right.
Can anyone cast a light?
I can, actually. Do you want a light? Do you want dancing lights?
I want whatever tickles your fancy.
We'll just do a light for now. And, okay.
I think
it's
simplicity is best right now.
Okay, yeah. He can touch an object to light it. So what would we like to light?
Sword?
I think that is very funny.
Because my first thought is like Bran offering a sword.
I mean,
sword,
that... Yeah, Bran's sword could be good. My idea was Carl.
You want to like Carl?
Cauldron. Yeah.
You'd kind of have to like hold him though.
Yeah, that's true. Damn it.
That might be awkward.
That's true.
Just like cradle him and take the front.
Yeah.
That's true. You could like Heisman Trophy pose him, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
Put Carl on his head.
Do you want to? I'll do it. I'll light Carl if you want to wear him like a hat or carry him.
God, it's really tempting.
Well, let's make a choice.
It's either that or the sword.
What does Bran hold out?
I say sword as good and funny as lighting Carl would be.
Okay. So, when Bran holds the sword out, Rinverhi gingerly touches the tip and makes it glow.
Wow.
I made the same exact joke a long time ago when we needed a light spell on something and someone handed me a sword. Okay? I can't not do that because I'm a child. Okay.
Welcome to Pristine Dreams.
Welcome to Pristine Dreams.
And also
we're
goodbye
very mature.
potential
I am.
sponsors. No, just kidding.
It's not that bad. Come
no,
on.
I know.
So Rinverhi will cast light on the sword, and I guess he could have also brought out the flame sword, but I think he wants to be protective about the flame, so he keeps it sheathed. You
light up Bran's sword, and it does kind of guide the way a little bit more, because it should be kind of daytimey, but the further you're getting into this black forest, the less daytimey it seems. But after a while, you guys start to notice that it's not that it's night, but it's like almost constantly overcast, where everything just seems kind of grayish where you're going. And you're walking through, and as you guys kind of turn a corner to a trail, let's have everyone roll a perception check.
I think I got a nat 20.
Whoa, nice.
I also did.
Nice.
Our eyes are so
go.
good.
Shit. Yeah, I got a 14.
Hell
That's
yeah.
still really good.
All right, so
I got a 10.
as y'all are walking along there, let's just say that Bran and Kenopsia are kind of taking the lead on this. And as the two of them are moving through the forest, y'all are kind of turning around the big bend of a tree. And as you do, you're like, whoa, just hit with this rush of cold air. And you're like, whoa, like you have no idea where it came from, but it is like blisteringly cold. And Rinverhi and Nyx, as you two like round that same tree and you get hit with that blast of wind, with that natural 20, both of you guys end up like, woo, kind of looking away from the wind and looking behind you as you see literally the forest just kind of bend in the air and just slide over. And the path that you guys were on is just gone. And it just got swallowed up right in front of your eyes.
Wow, that's actually very scary. Did you just see it happen?
Natural 20.
Nyx unsheaths her dagger.
Okay. So as you guys are kind of watching this, you look back towards the front to see the source of this chill wind, and you realize that ahead of you is an icy forest.
Oh, a new biome.
Oh, bitch. You so stop being funnier than me. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
I'm sorry, I'll stop telling jokes.
So
Stop joking on this podcast dedicated to jokes and also playing tabletop.
So
I'll
as you
play the
guys
game.
are getting wrapped up in this cold, you're like, whoa, this is like out of nowhere. And you kind of look behind you for a second to be like, can we back up and like just... And as you look back a second time, Rinverhi and Nyx, you guys both see that the forest behind you, as far as you can see, is also covered in snow.
Oh.
As though
Like,
now...
it's the same, like, forest we looked back at, but now it's just covered in snow, too?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Crazy. So I, just for flavor, one of Kenopsia's resistances is cold. So
okay.
I think he looks completely, like, not completely unaffected, but mostly unbothered by this sudden chill.
Sure.
Like his cloak is just like billowing in the wind all dramatically and shit as he looks across this like icy tundra, or this icy forest tundra, I should say. And he's just, my, what a turn we've taken.
Indeed. And like Rinverhi, he's feeling the cold. He has no resistance to it. So he's drawing his own cloak a little bit tighter around himself, and he looks over at Nyx like, "Are you all right?"
Nyx is made of fire, so she's good.
Rinverhi moves a little closer to Nyx.
I'm sure in this circumstance, Nyx, even you would feel like very cold, just even given your heritage and everything. Like, it's so cold that even you can sense the temperature has changed. While it may not negatively affect you in any way, it's still the kind of thing if you're like, shit, it must be cold out too.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so you guys continue to head through this kind of eerie, dark forest. And as you guys do,
Daisy chain. Okay, just like holds a hand back to Bran so Bran can take it. Bran takes hand.
Nice.
Are we holding hands?
No, we're making sure we don't get separated. Now, Bran, take Rinverhi's hand. gestures to sword in other hand.
Oh shit. Take
Oh,
his
shit.
elbow or something.
Why don't we?
Take his elbow.
Do you want to link arms or?
Link arms. This is just for my own personal comfort.
I
Link's
appreciate
arm.
your protectiveness. Link's arms. Looks to Nyx like, do you want to do this? You don't have to if you don't want to.
Nyx just walks on her own.
All right, that's what I
That's
thought
fine.
would happen. Yeah.
Oh yeah, This happened the last time. Kay tried to, Kay tried to link arms with her. She's like, I don't know what this is. Yeah,
Nyx is like, why are you guys always making it weird?
Exactly. They really are.
no, this is for Kay's own personal comfort. He's scared.
Oh,
He did this like in the very first session that we all played together.
Mhm.
He just, he made sure everyone was linked up. Bringing it back.
Would a rope suffice? It would be best to make sure we're not separated in case a snowstorm happens, if that could happen.
Anything's possible out in the wild.
Would you feel more comfortable if we were all holding on to a rope, Nyx?
What? Oh, I guess.
Sorry, Nyx, I'm not trying to inconvenience you. I'm just anything
So
can
who's
happen in the
who's she?
dreamscape.
Yeah, who's she linking to, or who would she be like linked to?
I think me or Rinverhi.
Oh, okay. Either way, she'll just go along with it. She'll she'll link arms.
Thank you, Nyx. I appreciate your candor. And Kay will look to the sword in Bran's hand that is glowing and is just, well, onwards.
Onwards indeed.
All right. So
Speak up! Put on your big boy voice!
Onwards indeed.
there we go.
Yay.
Like it.
Tally ho.
We're like once more with feeling. You know?
Once
There we
more
are.
with feeling.
There you go.
There you are.
So you guys persevere down the trail, and like I said, it just kind of seems to wind and twist, and there are these giant trees with huge roots sticking out like this that are just covered in piles of snow. It's actively snowing, so it's starting to weigh on you guys, wet down your clothing and things like that. And as you're moving through the forest, it's getting pretty arduous. It's getting to the point where you're like, okay, this is an ordeal, and your feet are sinking in like half a foot down, and every step is getting heavier and heavier. And it gets about that time where you guys are like, okay, we've been walking for hours through here. You're getting like hungry and thirsty, and you need to like check out what's in your supplies, and kind of stop for lunch, if you will.
Not a picnic.
Yeah. So
A
Rinverhi,
picnic in a blizzard. Hmm.
I think
Yeah.
you said you took the pack, right?
Yes.
All right. So go ahead and dive in there, and as you start like pulling things out, you start looking to see that like, yes, they gave you like lots of these like water skins that are just like slushy now. You know?
They're turning to ice.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. So while it's not totally frozen, you like can't get it out of like the water skin.
Okay.
Luckily they did. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say luckily they did give you like one that's like wine. So presumably
So that one's
you can
fine.
still drink that. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we checking this like in the middle of the path that we're on, or are we able to find like a spot that's kind of blocked away from the wind at least?
If you guys want to try to find a spot, someone will have to make a survival check to dig it up.
Everyone looks to the ranger.
Bran?
Yeah, Kay is just kind of like shielding
It's
a
me,
hand
boy of
over
nature.
like the top of his eyes and like trying to survey the scene, but it's like it's too snowy for him to really make out anything.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. As far as you can see down this trail on the photo is probably as far as you can actually see. So it ain't far.
Just so you know, it looks like there's someone standing at the very edge there, and I don't know if that's intentional, but for me, it brings me great fear, and I'm scared. Did you
No
know I'm
worries.
scared? No
be
worries, he says. Don't be scared, he says.
Yeah,
That's
trust
what they
the
all
DM
say.
when
Great
the
things
DM
to happen
says,
to your
no
DM.
worries. Yeah.
So,
Get away from me.
the ranger comes through with a 23. You easily find a spot that's kind of barricaded with a couple of these large rooted trees where you can hunker down and kind of look through the pack for a minute.
Okay.
As you do, like I said, you find one wineskin that you could probably split between the three of you, like now and maybe one other meal. But beyond that, it's not going to last very much longer. Like that was just kind of a treat.
I'm wondering, is there a way that we could try to heat up the wineskins? Like,
you
maybe.
can try. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Rinverhi will propose this in character. Like, he's feeling the slushy ice bag and looks to Bran and asks, do you think we could heat up some water and coral for a moment and see if we can at least melt these a little bit so we can drink them?
Oh, Nyx like holds out her hand. She can produce flame.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, you know.
Yeah, if
It's already
actually,
Carl there.
I don't know if we can find any sticks or anything to light in this snow. Nyx, what if you held Carl in your hands and produced flame, and we'll heat him that way?
All right. And she takes Carl gingerly into her hands.
Does Carl
And-
object?
Oh,
No,
right.
he
Does
doesn't seem to
Carl
do anything.
consent?
No, he's just a steel pot, you know.
Yeah, so
I
she
think like Brad will ask, like, is this okay? Like
Yeah,
quietly to Carl.
he does. It just seems to be a regular iron cauldron.
okay.
Well, once Carl is in Nyx's hand, we don't really have anything to pour in there, but I think Rinverhi will just kind of like set the wineskins down, as many as he can put inside Carl, and
Okay.
just let that heat them through a little bit, and watches them carefully so they don't burn or anything,
Okay.
but just watches for them to melt enough so they become drinkable.
So, Nyx, as soon as you try to produce flame, like you can feel your hands heat up, and you can feel like that your spell should be working, but it's almost as though it's so cold here it won't actually leave your hand.
Oh no.
And you can't seem to heat something externally up. You can't seem to get something to set on fire. When you produce the flame, you can just feel the heat, but there's no visible flame coming out of your hands anymore.
She looks troubled.
Are Nyx's hands themselves still warm from her trying to produce heat? Just no flame is coming out?
Yeah, and they're warm in the sense of like a warm loaf of bread, but not like
Right.
hot, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's troubling. Or actually, Rinverhi watches Nyx, and does Nyx look like troubled, perplexed?
She definitely looks perplexed, like a little off, and she just looks up at all of you and, you know, just says, I don't think it works here.
This damnable forest. Of course it doesn't work. All right. Well, we have the wine. And is the rest of the food like fine to eat? It's not frozen solid or anything?
Well, as you kind of search through, you realize that like part of what they have given you to eat is like tack.
Okay.
Yeah, which at this point is so rock hard that you're like, I'm going to break my teeth before I really eat any of this.
It's kind of turned into like a jawbreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, you're not going to eat that without chipping a tooth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like they put some like grapes or raisins or something like that in there, but they're pretty much same thing. They're like popcorn kernels at this point. And anything they gave you that's like a fresh bread or a fresh vegetable is edible, but like waterlogged. in the sense that like it's like squishy and kind of weird, and seems to not be doing well in the weather. So you've got enough food here to kind of survive, but definitely it's on the lighter side than what they thought.
Yeah, we can't really eat it in here. I mean, Rinverhi's first thought is like, well, we can put the raisins in our mouths and maybe they'll warm up. But that's it. We can't eat the rest of this right now. Shall we divvy up raisins?
That might be our only decision.
We have to get out of here.
Kay is like looking around, trying to see if there is like any visible like place on the horizon that like maybe everyone can kind of like duck into, like maybe a mouth of a cave.
Well,
wouldn't that be nice?
Go ahead and roll an investigation because you're looking for something specific. I actually kind of like that.
I don't have anything to investigation. Woo, woo, yeah. Woo.
Believe in yourself.
+3 if you would point this out.
Fuck. 7.
Okay. So
Can Bran
good idea.
aid? Since are you proficient in investigation, Bran?
Mm-hmm.
You want to aid? Can Bran aid with this? 'Cause he's
if Bran
proficient.
knows what Kenopsia is doing, it kind of sounded like they were just taking a gander on their own.
Yeah.
So like
I don't know if that's something Kay is like verbalizing right now. This is something he's trying to do on his own.
yeah, I'll tell you this, like I'll resolve it with Kay, and then Kay, if you want to relay what you see to everyone else, Bran can certainly try to make another roll and look for themselves. But yeah, you kind of look off and you're just like snow everywhere. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's like it's on his like eyelashes, and he keeps having to like wipe at his eyes and like wipe at his face, and it's damn snow.
You see that white, it's just white. Everything is white with these little slivers of tree here and there. And as you kind of guide your eyes across the trail, out in the distance, you see a little moving figure kind of waddle across the trail.
I called it! God damn it!
And as you're kind of looking at it, and you're like visibly freaked because 2 seconds ago Kenopsia was like, boy, I hope there's not any weird shit out here. You look at it and you see something out there, but you notice that whatever it is like chunk, 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 and then just flops over.
Uh-oh. Kay, Kay's just he's watching them, and then he sees them like flop over, and he's like, there's someone out look out there, and he's kind of like at a loss for words. He's like, oh fuck. And he like points out across like the in like through this flurry, and he's just like, do you see that? I think that might be someone else. Another traveler, maybe? Or maybe it's an animal.
We have to help them.
Come. They might need our help.
Rinverhi's already. He has a handful of like. While Kay was like doing this like look around, Rinverhi was getting like putting raisins in his palm and like eat some raisins. It's like they'll get warm in my mouth. I'll eat them. Need sustenance. If anyone else wants raisins, there's more. Just a little bit of calories to get through this fucking forest.
It's something.
Yeah.
All right, so are you going to investigate then, or?
Rinverhi is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's already ready to go.
All right. So you guys start heading down the trail there. And we're going to bounce you back over to the owlbear. Ooh.
Please let me see this map. Please let me see this map. Please let me see this map. Please.
I see nothing. I'm still sad about grapes.
No.
I mean,
Personally, I like
see it.
snacking on frozen grapes, so they might be good.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I did want to test that other video one, so I'll work on making sure that those are good for you too, Kay.
Thank you.
Welcome. But you guys are in this little part of the forest here, and as you kind of look off into the distance, you see that up ahead there appears to be a strange broken statue.
What?
And beside it is a person lying face down in the snow.
Smash. Sorry.
You're not wrong.
Sorry.
We don't know he's hot, Kay.
Cut that out. Cut that out. Cut
That's
that part
staying
out.
in.
I'm
That's
sorry.
in there. That's funny.
We don't know yet
That's-
that he's hot.
I know. That's staying in, and it's a short. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome. Another short Juno's featuring.
All right, you
I
guys are
thought,
free to move on
I
the
thought
board.
it better to mute, but it's
No,
yeah.
it's content, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah. Rinverhi, of course, is like, person to help, go forward.
Yay.
Even though he's probably the squishiest person in this party.
Yeah.
All right. So you run up there and you see that this person is kind of like their shoulder first into the snow. It's kind of covering up their face and a lot of them. And it looks like they've been out here for a hot second. There is kind of like just the faintest whisper of like that smoky breath coming out from them though.
Okay.
But they don't respond to you approaching.
Okay, Kay is gonna immediately try to sit them up and get them out of the snow.
Okay.
So they are not buried in the snow. And try to prop them up against these like rocks. These rocks right here.
All right. So yeah, you kind of like grab them and kind of pull them up a little bit to get them like seated in a seating position. And as you do, they're like starting to rouse. They're just like, what? No, let me go. And
Shit.
the person kind of puts their hands up to defend themselves, and you realize they are shackled with a pair of manacles.
Oh shit. Kay is just easy now. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you.
And the
We
guy
saw you
kind
across the way.
of calms down for a second. Wait, who are you? Who are you?
Travelers.
4 travelers, yes. From far away. And Kay is looking at these clasps on his wrist. Is there like a keyhole, like a key slot or anything?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Nyx. And Kay will like look over his shoulder over to Nyx. Do you think you could crack these? Do you have anything to lockpick with?
And she walks up and she looks at the person. Why are these on you?
He's like, huh. And he kind of looks at him for a second, and he looks up at you, and he seems kind of confused, like maybe he's dazed or concussed or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes him a second to kind of steady himself. Like maybe he was just hungry. It's hard to tell. But he looks up, and he's like, finally this like recognition comes into his head, and he seems to understand your question, where at first he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he says,
Hi.
I'm Prince Menelaus. I've been captured by enemies of my people. I have just barely escaped with my life. Please help me. And he kind of offers his wrists up to you guys.
Nyx looks at the rest of the party. He might be in these for reasons.
Maybe
it's...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, she was just going to say maybe it's best we leave him in them.
Right.
Yeah.
Can we insight? Like, is he trying to deceive us?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
is
you
there
can
an
roll an
ambush
insight,
nearby
for
or
sure.
something?
Yep.
Okay.
That's a fucking 4. Great.
13.
17. Okay, that's good.
Oh, Nick's did very well. Oh,
Yeah.
Bran did even better. All right.
23. All right. So Bran, you're kind of watching this guy's face, and you're like, okay, this dude is he looks scared, concussed, malnourished, and like he's just been running through a forest. So from all of your kind of survivally skills, you can look at this guy and judge like the veracity of what he's saying seems to fit the symptoms that he's exuding, of being in the forest on his own for a hot second. And Nyx, as you're kind of looking at this guy and trying to judge like what he's saying, as a rogue, you're both picking up on like those subtle cues of like, does he seem shifty? But more so than that, you have noticed that like his cloak is excellent. His gloves or his gauntlets, his bracers and stuff are like beautifully crafted, they're made out of like a really fine kind of iron, plate and stuff. And you notice that the shackles that are on him are ornate, and they almost seem like they're inlaid with like these beautiful bands of silver. And it's just like, okay, this dude like clearly comes from money, and someone who imprisoned him like did it with style,
Right.
Yeah.
Like not just some random ass bandits like
Yes.
shackled him.
No.
Yeah.
She's appraising him
Yeah, and the shackles, yes.
with her rogue eyes.
Yes. Okay, Prince checks out. Yeah. Okay.
He's just
So
like, I'm gonna
she-
steal that boots, bitch. I'm gonna steal them boots.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
What-
Bran.
Would the silver bands be apparent to Bran?
Yeah, I'd say you notice them too. And again, like I said, it's like fine inlay work, like decorative,
Let him out, Nyx.
She kneels down and she attempts to get him out of the manacles.
All right, you can go ahead and roll like a thievery. Is that what it is? Thievery?
Sleight of hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand. Do-do-do-do. Sleight of hand.
Oh my god! And she like sneezes on it. I don't.
No, you get a 12, which isn't like a baller roll, but it's good enough for like an ordinary pair of like manacles. Jeez, did I say monocles earlier? Like the little
No. You said manacles.
Okay, so it's a little pair of manacles, and although they are finely crafted, they still have that very basic kind of lock to them. So it takes you a little bit to kind of get them off, but you finally do, and he just wrings his wrists in like relief, and you can tell like they're heavy. You're like, holy shit! Like this guy was lugging these around. Like that sucks. Like whoever had him locked up was also kind of cruel in a sense to like both make them ornate but also a chore to carry,
Yeah.
Who did
So
this
she
to
just
you?
kind of. Oh,
Sorry.
Oh no! Go ahead.
Yeah, Rinverhi is just asking who did this to you? Who captured you?
All right, and Nyx, what do you do?
I was just gonna say she stands back up and she looks at him a bit piteously.
Does she keep the manacles? Those expensive manacles, Gucci manacles.
She definitely didn't throw him down.
Yeah, keep those. Could use them later.
So he says, my people, we are at war with Centaurs who live in this forest. They are savage people. They attack everything. They hate my father and the city I come from.
Where do you come from?
Oh, have you not heard of me? I am Prince Menelaus of Arcadia.
We're new around here.
Funny you should
Arcadia.
mention Arcadia.
Why is this? You seek to go there?
What?
Listen, if you help me get out of this forest and away from the centaurs that were chasing me, I can lead you to Arcadia. Most people cannot travel through these forests, but I have lived here my whole life, and I can get you back there. But please, give me something to eat. Give me some fresh water or wine, and I will take you, and my father will pay you a king's ransom.
Well, we do have food. It's just it's a
Frozen
bit hard. Yes. And Rinverhi will open the pack.
Okay, as soon as you start to do that, everyone can make a perception check.
Okay. Great.
12.
Nat 20.
Wow!
Nice!
My
There we
eyes
go.
are so open.
All right, Bran, you're kind of...
Rinverhi's glowing orbs
Yeah.
scan this just snowy field.
Yeah, Bran's
The
kind of...
laser-
Breeze!
Bran's kind of thinking for a second. Kay and Nyx are kind of looking at each other, and then you notice a little bit. But of course, Rinverhi is the one that's like, you know, as you hear hoofbeats in the distance, cha-trump, 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 just coming on quick and fast.
Snack now.
Hide,
Move or snack
hide,
later. Move now.
hide.
Yes.
hide.
Yeah.
Kay, like, grabs a hold of the prince and is just like, move, and is gonna start pushing off towards, where are the hoofbeats coming from? If you had to use your pointer to indicate a direction of which these hoofbeats were okay, great. We're going this way. We're going this way, everyone. We're going this way.
Right.
At least
Sounds
I'm going this way.
good to me. What is this? Is this just like a lamppost or something?
That is actually a lantern that is on the floor there.
Oh, okay.
yoink.
Yeah. So
Dim
as
that
We
shit.
might want to wait. We might not want to take it right now if we're trying to hide.
Yeah.
Oh, fair. Yeah.
as you guys are trying to help the prince up, which I presume you are, you're not just gonna fucking leave him, right?
No. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I was
I
just
can't
like
move the prince.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to move the prince over in this direction.
So just of course because of their incredible speed,
Damn it.
as you
Oh
guys
fuck! Do we not get time to hide?
are trying. No, you have time to hide. I'm just putting them in position out here. So if you're
we
try-
just leave the prince out there. Bye.
yeah, you're trying to drag
Die,
him back here.
bitch.
Yeah.
All right, why doesn't everyone make a hide check if your intention is to hide?
Okay. So stealth rolls.
I have a disadvantage on hide. This was maybe a bad idea.
It was your idea, man.
Oh, that's 10.
Is this a group check? A group stealth
17.
that we're making, or is it individual?
Let's just do individual for right now for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
There are
So-
plenty of places to hide, so it seems like someone could theoretically do better than others.
Okay.
What if I use my divine favor to reroll myself?
That's what it's for.
Yeah, that's what it's for if you want to do it.
I would love to do that. If you don't
Okay.
mind. I would love to cash that in.
There you go.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Oh, no.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
So,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Kenopsia, you run over and you find yourself like in a good hiding spot there. And as you do, you kind of like look over the top of the like broken ruin there. And as you look over it, an arrow is the last thing that you see
Shit.
before you snap back about 6 seconds and realize, I don't want to hide there. And instead, you decide to hide in a more obvious location, but in one that finds
Yeah.
you less instantly dead. So,
Rinverhi's just watching Kenopsia
I
go
think-
past him like,
I think-
no.
I think it's also just like Kay is also a little too focused on trying to hide the prince.
Yeah.
fair enough.
And get him into position, and also this like divine vision he has, he like stumbles a little bit and kind of like kneels into the snow, and it kind of just like exposes him, and he's just like, shit.
Yeah. You know what? This makes sense too, in terms of you being here, and then otherwise you're like, oh no, let me get like kind of more where the prince is. And so you're kind of hiding more with him. Which
Right.
conceals you and keeps you from catching an arrow to the face. But also the whoever that archer was is not going to shoot the prince. So thereby still altering your fate, because that's the point of the divine favor, is that you foresee what will happen and what will be a bad fate, and then have the opportunity to do something different.
And then I still roll and then I roll even worse.
Yeah, but you didn't get an arrow to the face, so
yeah,
that's great. That's good. I'm happy with that.
But you guys see rolling up on, like those of you who can kind of peek out from your hiding spot, you do see these centaurs roll up on you here.
Oh,
Built.
All right, and
Thank you.
as they kind of come rolling up, they've got their arrows drawn and they're kind of looking around back and forth, and they're speaking to each other in a very strange, very horse-like language, that has a lot of weird like neighing and braying along with what sounds like guttural kind of people talk, almost goblin-esque kind of. Well, no, goblin is a little high pitchy, but almost more like an orc or a troll would talk, that kind of like and they're kind of scanning there, and you see one kick up its front legs, and the prince kind of looks back to UK, and he's like, we can't hide from them. They know we're here.
It is a worthy effort, wasn't it? And Kay is gonna, just reach into his pack, pull out his good old-fashioned shiny battle axe, cold to the touch, steel, ice cold.
So you just like pull that thing out like this, and he just reaches out and like grabs it by like the center of the handle. And he's just like, are you insane? They'll kill us. We can't hide here, but we can run. We can hide in the woods or something.
You want to try and make that long run? Be my guest. And like, how far is the snow up to, like, is it still kind of like enveloping our feetsies?
Yes, but not as bad as before. Okay. It's under ankle height.
That's what I was. Okay. I was worrying it was like up to our knees. Okay, that's cool. Awesome. Yeah. Kay is still holding on to his battle axe though. He will fell a tree. Okay. And like squash these bitches if necessary. If he has the time to fell a tree and squash centaurs like little bugs, that would be really funny for me. I would enjoy that. Juno would enjoy that, but we can't always get what we want, and that's fine.
Rinverhi, as you kind of peek out, it looks like you can tell these centaurs kind of know that you and Kay and them are hiding behind this particular piece here. But you see this third guy is kind of looking around like he doesn't know where the others went.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Oh.
Can I message to Nyx?
Sure.
And so just Rinverhi just like puts one finger to his temple and like points his other hand in the direction of where Nyx is. Because like message is not stealthy. It's very obvious when you do it. So
yeah, well, it's clear they know where you're at. So
exactly. Yeah. So Rinverhi messages to Nyx. They know where we are, but they don't see where you or Bran went. The prince wants to run. I think we should fight.
Is she able to see Rin?
Yes.
Okay. So she holds open one of her palms and then like puts a fist in it. Like
I bet Nyx is really happy to hear Rin wants to fight, because I think Rin is usually like, no, we don't fight. But it's like Rin, I think after that, says very quietly to the prince, if we run, they'll just catch us. We have to make a stand.
Better us do it now than then getting the head start, right?
Exactly.
Swing first, ask questions later.
And he just nods at Rinverhi like, all right, if you're going to do it, do it.
Stay out of sight, unless you can fight.
Look at him. I doubt he's in any ship shape. Once
Stay
again,
here.
we're left to do the hard work. And, hefts his
Seth.
battle axe over his shoulder.
Yeah.
And goes to... Yes.
And then okay, so after that, he's does Nyx want to take this moment to speak to Bran?
Oh, yeah. I figure it might be obvious that she's getting ready because she's got her dagger out, but
Yeah.
she'll look at Bran and kind of be like, nod, like,
Exactly. Yeah.
Just nod to each other like we're fighting. We're fighting.
we're fighting.
Why do I have the
And yeah.
feeling Nyx's nod is like this? Just-
It's time to feed the blade. Blood for the blade.
must be. The
Blood for the
must
blade gods.
bleed.
Yes, that's my god. Blade.
All right, so let's have everyone roll initiative. Nyx and Bran, you guys will both get a free attack as like kind of a pseudo surprise round.